Hey guys, it's Bree. I hope you're having a fantastic reading week. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm gonna take you out into my garden. I haven't been spending a ton of time reading, but I have been spending a ton of time outside. This early spring part of the year is my absolute favorite time. I live in the northern Midwest, and so it is cold for like 8 months out of the year. Like we had snow on the ground through May, and there are still parts of our state that have snow on the ground, and it's very nearly Memorial Day. But I have been loving the outside, and I figured I would show you what I've been up to. So I live in the middle of the city, and I have a 1/10 of an acre lot. Those are my chickens. They're out and playing today, and I try to make the most of it. So let's get started. This here is the first planter that I put together this year. It is a combination of lemon thyme, which smells delicious. We have some rosemary that I love. And then I have 3 different types of basil in here. We have a purple basil, your sweet basil, and this is a Thai basil. Hey girls. I grew this Thai basil in my in-ground garden last year, and it did pretty well. So I'm hoping that it does equally well in containers this year. This is Bloop. She is my silky chicken. Over to the right here, I have, this is some cantaloupe and some zucchini. It has been loving this weather. We've had a lot of rain lately. And then next to that is some artichoke. I haven't had a ton of success with artichoke in the past couple years, but I think it might have been due to my placement. A lot of my yard is really, really shady. You can see that because, you know, I have this giant tree in the middle that shades out a lot of the yard. And artichoke is normally a warm weather crop. It likes a lot of sun. So I'm bringing it here because this area gets the most sun in the yard, and I'm trying it in a container. We'll see how that goes. It's an experiment. Over here is just a bunch of cilantro. I am a cilantro fiend. I am pretty well known for just eating cilantro when it's like someone's garnish, being like, can I have your cilantro? Like a weirdo. And also in here is some lettuce. This is actually kind of a fun experiment. My partner brought home some lettuce for like salad greens, and it turned out that the lettuce had a root ball. So I stuck it in the ground, and we're seeing how it goes. In the back there is some zucchini, and also in theory some watermelon. Some of those plants aren't looking great, but I think they've been kind of trampled over. If you look closely at some of the stalks, they look like something has been on top of them, and I do not trust our yard squirrels. This here is a new planter that I have put in this year. We have a bunch of mint, some mojito mint, we have some orange mint. Right in here are balloon flowers. We have white and this like really pretty purple. Here, let me show you the prettier bloom. Isn't that lovely? And zinnias in this row and the one behind it. This is lavender. Lavender doesn't perennialize in my area, but I keep trying anyway. I figure I'm only like a half of a growing zone away from being able to have it perennialize, and I'm like determined to make it happen. It never has so far. We have some Thai dragon chilies and some more hot peppers. And then over here is some lemon balm, which I love. And you'll see probably that a lot of my plants have like lemon zest oils kind of thing going on. I also have some radishes put in through here and some sunflower seeds, but we'll see. I don't know if those will germinate, and I only just put them in a couple days ago, so they won't have germinated yet. So if I come to the side of my yard, past my hammock, this is my big peony that I got for my birthday last year, and this is kind of a fun one over here that I wanted to go out of my way to show you. This is a chocolate ajuja vine. I can never say it right. But this will eventually grow the entire way up this really pretty red stake. I had it grow like over and above and beyond last year. It was really cool. Throughout my yard, I have lilacs. Lilacs are my absolute favorite flower. I actually go and I will make jams with them. Lilac tastes the way it smells, and come winter, especially when it's like February and you've just been inside and stuck inside for, you know, months, it can be really, really lovely to have just a taste of spring. So just to the left of my lilac plant, we have one, my oyster mushroom log. This fruits oyster mushrooms, and last year I got a good couple pounds out of it and made some really good risotto, so I'm looking forward to that coming back again this year. And then I have some rhubarb. Rhubarb is my favorite early season crop. I love it. I have already made a bunch of rhubarb and strawberry stuff because why not? Right here in the center of the yard is my chicken coop where the girls stay. There's the frizz walking in. And this little pot right here, I actually need to go in and put more drainage holes in because it doesn't have enough. But I put in some butterleaf lettuce. This is a peony, and it had some like really pretty, what's it called? Red sales lettuce, but the red sales lettuce is looking really sad right now. I think it's just got too wet of roots. So I have to replant that coming up. And then in front of the coop, I have a whole really pretty planter. This is some Russian meadow sage. I love it. It's so pretty. I have pineapple sage, which is great in like stir fries. That little guy in the back is a Mexican sour gherkin, which is like kind of like a cucumber, but they're like teeny tiny and they have a lot of lemon zest flavor in them. They're supposed to be pretty tart. There are also a bunch of cosmos and love in a mist throughout this bed. Forget-me-nots. Right here is one I'm excited to try. This is a roselle. So if you've ever grown, or if you've ever had tea with like rose flavoring, a lot of times it'll use this roselle in it. And that is super exciting. It's kind of a mix between like a rose and a hibiscus flavor. I don't know how well this is gonna grow. I've never tried growing it in this zone. I've never tried growing it, period. But I'm excited to give it a try. This is some salvia, which I love, that little guy right there. Clematis, more cosmos. Right here, I'm super excited. This is a little rhubarb plant that I put in here. I wasn't sure if these rhubarb roots would take off at all, but this guy popped up just recently and looks like he's doing fine. And these are just some little flowers. And I think, hold on. Yep, there is another rhubarb stalk. You can tell because of how bright pink the stem is. Over towards the back is my little gnome bed. You can see that there. It's just a bunch of columbine, some strawberries, more columbine, and this is cutting celery. Cutting celery is really cool. It's like celery, but you don't grow it for the big heads of celery. You grow it just for individual stalks, and then you use it in like soups. It's much more flavorful, even though it is not as large. Azalea. Over here we have my first tomato plant of the year. That is not what I want. This is a black crim, which is like a really deep purple color, and I'm excited to see how that turns out. Over here we have some rainbow Swiss chard, another tomato plant. And this guy right here was going to be my tea and herb garden, but I got a little bit overly enthusiastic on purchasing stuff. So we have chamomile, which I'm looking forward to. This is some red cabbage. There's fennel all along this back, bulbing fennel specifically. Winter savory, which is a great herb. Dill, And then lemon verbena, which I love. I just love the smell of it. It smells like lemon hard candies. And then over here I have a candy cane vine, which is starting to really take off, and I'm super excited for this. I've never grown it before. It is not edible, but it is very pretty and will, in theory, take over this entire trellis. Back behind the herb and the herb bed, I have a bunch of cucumber plants. I love cucumber. It's my favorite vegetable probably. So I've got 4 of those little guys here. And then to the left, right here, is one I'm really excited for. This bad boy is an Arctic hardy kiwi that came back. I got 3 of these last year. This is the only one that has survived, but look at this lovely regrowth. It's gonna take off here, and I'm super excited for that. It produces little teeny tiny kiwi fruit. Right here, this little guy is a peanut plant. The peanuts grow in the roots, so at the end of the season I'll pull it all out and pull the roots out. Similarly, this is a potato plant. I'm going to add additional layers of bucket so that I get more and more roots as this goes along. And this little side bed here, this is all blackberries. And then I have garlic chive, which I love. I use this quite a bit. Nasturtium. For those of you who've never grown nasturtium, it's a really pretty flower, but it's also entirely edible. Every bit of the nasturtium plant is edible. This right here is actually a clematis that got, or not a clematis, it's a heavenly blue morning glory that got misplanted. But I think I'm gonna like it here. I'm gonna just grab it a little trellis and grow it along the trellis. Over here you can see that my peas are just shooting up. I grow them along this old bedpost and it looks really pretty throughout the year. The other thing I have over here is cucumber apples, which I've never grown, but I'm excited to see what they look like. Kale, and here is edamame. And then I have some carrots sown right in there, but you can tell that this part of the bed needs a lot of work. This is like my next big project, but it has been a little on the rainy side, so I haven't been able to come out and do anything. In fact, we're supposed to get more rain later tonight. That is my other little tomato plant. Let's see if I can show you. This guy's going strong, but he needs a little bit of a direction correction. So there's another tomato. I think this is just a brandywine, yeah. And then to this side here, this is a really beautiful purple wisteria plant. You can see it's grown up. I had to actually replace the trellis this year with this netting. It was originally with that white trellis that I'm growing the candy corn vine up. You can see this is already super excited to come back, which makes me very happy. Down below it, I have a cranberry plant. Last year this gave me 2 teeny tiny cranberries, which was the cutest thing. I have green beans that I'm gonna grow up the wisteria, which should be exciting and a lot of fun. And then over to the side, this looks like just a stick, but this is actually a pawpaw plant. And pawpaw is like a fruit. I think it's much more prevalent in areas like the Virginias, not as prevalent up here in where I'm at, but it came back. I was a little worried about it. It had a buddy at one point, but that buddy did not come back, so I might have to replant a second one to get it to fruit. I should note, so that is a compost pile, but I'm actually going to be inoculating it with mushroom spores. Last year I did a bunch of wine cap. That was so much fun. Wine cap mushrooms are pretty dang tasty. And this year I'll probably be re-inoculating it also with wine cap, maybe with some almond agaricus, which has like a very strong almond scent. So there you guys have it. This is my backyard garden. Again, it needs a lot of work, but I feel like you're not doing a garden right if it doesn't always need a lot of work.
I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Go ahead and if you've done a garden tour video, link it to me below. I love nothing more than to just binge watch people's gardens videos. I hope you guys are enjoying some sunshine wherever you're at. I'm hoping I will be enjoying some sunshine too. And I'll talk to you guys later. You know the drill. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to go ahead and follow me in other places, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I do a lot of, well, I do stuff there. I don't know if a lot of any particular thing, but I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Bye.